Hello, welcome to Northwest Connection Podcast. My name's Trelfy.
My name's Seb.
And today we're reconnecting with a band we've had on before, Super. But unfortunately we had a tech issue. We had a hard drive corrupt. But they're back and they're bigger than ever. And they're playing more gigs than ever.
One more member as well.
Extra band members.
Basis now.
Would you like to introduce yourselves left to right?
Left to right? Left to your left.
My left.
I'm Ethan. I'm the lead guitarist. Been in the band since 2019, would you say? When it first started?
I'm Jamie. I'm the frontman, rhythm guitarist. I've been in the band even longer, by about a day.
I'm also Jamie. I'm the drummer. I've been about a year now. Yeah.
And I'm Lincoln. I've been playing. I play bass, and I've been in the band since around February.
Fresh meat.
So it was a 3-piece last time.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, now we're a 4-piece. So can you tell us how the band come together?
It's much for me and you, this really, isn't it?
Yeah, just started as me and you, didn't it, at first? Just playing like acoustic guitar in my mum and dad's living room. Just, dicking around, just writing for our own amusement. And then we did what was our first gig? Was it Boulevard?
No, I'll tell you what, it was my mum's 40th.
Classic.
So we'd been playing around with music for ages, saying, we'll be in a big band. And then my dad was going, are you going to play at your mum's 40th? I was like, when did I say big band? I didn't mean right now. He said, go on, do it. We did 3 songs, they were absolutely awful.
Are they your own or covers?
There's one old one that Know This, remember that?
Yeah.
And then there was 2 covers.
Sally Cinnamon Live Forever, I'm sure
That was it, yeah.
Some proper basic tunes. But yeah, that was our first gig.
Three songs in total.
3 songs in total.
That's one hell of a 40.
We got kicked off for the 4th one.
And then I think we pursued one more gig, and then he kind of fucked off to uni, so I didn't really see him for about 2 or 3 years properly.
Yeah, then you started working at that pub.
Yeah.
St James's, I imagine that. There's a fella called Sam Kelly, who's from the Fleurs. You might know him.
All right.
Yeah, he was working for me. We recruited him, taught him all he knows, and sent him on his way. And then obviously we left high and dry without a drummer. And Jamie popped up, unfortunately for us.
Hey.
A little bundle of joy over here.
No.
It's out of nowhere as well.
And then I think we've kind of been not really had a proper bassist ever really, and then
Still not.
I genuinely did think that's where you were going then. I thought you were like, we've still not got a bassist, but
There's only session bassist then.
Thankfully.
but in fact, funny to say that years and years ago, we jammed with Lincoln a couple of times, didn't we?
We did actually, yeah.
Once or twice, yeah.
And then we decided it wasn't good enough, and then he went away for 3 years in Budapest and practiced and came back.
Yeah, because you were a solo artist, weren't you? Doing your own songs, and you asked me to come and do a little drum track for you.
You did really well at that, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I did one take right, and the guy behind the studio recording, I was like, right, just tell him to get off. And I sat there for the next 6 hours just watching him fucking do it all.
I was supposed to do it on guitar instead, though.
That was it, yeah. It's only 15 at a time though. Give us a break.
So were you both in a band together, or did you not know each other, or?
No, the first time I met Jamie was...
At my house, wasn't it?
We all went down to his house down in Buxton. We used to have to go down every single week.
That's a drag. Buxton.
Yeah.
It was a drag.
Yeah.
It's at the other side of Manchester as well.
Yeah.
So you're still based in Buxton? Or?
Oh no, I've moved now.
We forced him to move. There's a warranty
Thank
now,
God.
don't you?
It's hard enough to get 4 Wiganers in a room together.
So you're all based in Wigan?
Yeah, rather than him.
Yeah, I'm in Warrington, which is about 10 minutes on the train, which is much better than...
It's a big improvement, isn't it?
Yeah.
much better than an hour and a half, I think it was.
Because there should be a case we finish work at 5 o'clock and then set off about 5:30, take about 2 hours to get there, 1 hour set, come back, another 2 hours, then next thing was midnight. It's what the fuck?
So where were you practicing when that started then?
So we were rehearsing above a pub in Ashton. Again, working at the pub where I used to work. I had a girl.
Just for the listeners, which Ashton?
Which Ashton?
Yeah.
In Makerfield. The good one.
Fantastic.
The good one.
We're practicing a pub above there, and Ellis, who was kind enough to give us the room for free, she let us out. Then we were in there about 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
So in there, and then trekking into Buxton once a week to make it even, so he wasn't getting the train up all the time.
Fed you.
Didn't feel very even, did it?
Fed us
Maybe
one burger sometimes.
Yeah, your person is saving grace for that, honestly. If it weren't for that, mate.
We'll come in and Ethan be like, where's the pizza? Get those burgers.
That's all we
on
came
now.
up for sometimes. But yeah, I think we're now with Wigan Peer Collective, and it's a lot easier for
Amazing.
us.
More expensive though, isn't it?
Thanks for moving, Jamie.
You're welcome.
So we know this, but the listeners, how did the name Super come about?
Well,
Is
debate.
this going to be the same story as last time? Because I'm sure there's a bit of
It's never
confusion.
changed.
Likely, yeah. I mean, it's,
It's up for debate.
well, he thinks that he came up with it, but I think I came up
remember
with it.
coming up with it on the toilet
I mean,
at work. I'm pretty sure I was texting
Wow.
him on the toilet. I think it said something short, sweet, super simple. Super.
It's not exactly a great name to put your name on, is it? But I mean, I'll let you have it if you want.
Are
lads.
you on
I'm
about
not-
the toilet or the name of the band?
the name of the band, so that's my take on it. I'm pretty sure I wrote it on the toilet.
Well, I thought I was walking through a field, and I thought, you know, what, one word band, you know, Queen, Oasis, Suede,
Blur.
you know, Bliss,
Pulp.
Super, you know, just one word. Meant to be temporary, wasn't it? And we thought, you know, just put it as Super for now, and then we'll change it later down the line. And here we are, you know, 6 years later, still called Super.
Remembering it very differently to how it actually happened.
So much input from these guys as well about the band name.
Yeah.
It's the first time I'm hearing that as well, to be fair.
We never ask questions.
So what are the musical backgrounds of each member? We'll start with your bassist.
Used to play more heavy music, so it was like Metallica and all that. Then I would say Red Hot Chili Peppers and Queen, probably my favourites at the moment.
I've done music all the way through school. I went to college, did a diploma, and then went to uni, got a degree in popular music performance. So it's always been something done.
Always been musical.
But
Always been musical.
I've not always been musical.
Still not then.
Plays one of your songs then. So we're actually pretty good mates with our bassist brother, and that's kind of how we knew him. And years and years and years ago, when how old would we have been? 15, 16? Sitting in his brother's cabin, watching Ethan play guitar and thinking, I want to do that. At least if he can do it, anyone can do it.
Harsh
So
but
I
fair.
did. So
That's true, Super.
bought myself a guitar and exceeded him. So
Hey. In terms of musical influence, I don't know. Probably the main one, as you can tell from listening to the music, is probably Oasis, I'd say. But then since Lincoln's joined, starting like showing me all this like new shit, like the
Mosher
Metallica stuff like
music.
that. That's it, yeah. Headbanging
Change your
music.
life, lad.
Is that,
That's
is
it.
that? Do you feel like it is slowly morphing then off the back of other influences coming in?
It's a bit, yeah. That it's only living tune, which is you started like the fundamentals of that, didn't you? Then you wrote a bit of lyrics on top of it,
Yeah, yeah.
and then we all brought it together in the studio, and it became like what it is now, which is. If you listen to it, well, it's not out yet, obviously, but it sounds a lot different to what we've been usually playing.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely developing, I'd say. Because Josh, one of our mates, he was like, it's probably the most mature song you've got. It's like the most your own sound. Like, we kind of borrow from a lot of artists at the minute, don't we? Like Oasis. A lot
I was
going to
say, how
always
is
say-
it defined? That, but how does it? It's interesting when people say like it sounds mature, or it sounds a bit like more like seasoned.
Yeah.
How do people define that?
I don't
I
know.
don't even know what he meant. It says exactly the same.
It's a shit, aren't they? I think you meant like just more your own sound, because even like mum and dad like say, you know, you need to find your own sound. It's not your own sound at the minute, and I kind of agree with them. Like some of our older stuff that we still play does sound, you know, like your typical indie rock kind of band. So it is kind of developing from that now, I'd say.
But you got to remember that all those tunes were written before we had other members
Yeah,
influencing.
yeah.
But years ago, it was just me and him writing tunes. So it's
Yeah.
you know, now we've got other hands dipping in and putting their own twist on stuff. It's it's naturally going to turn into.
How was that? Because that's a complete like divide with the four of you. There's two that have been there from the infancy, and the two new members coming in. How does that then work together? Because it is a brand new thing, isn't it? It's quite hard to try and mesh those two sort of worlds together.
I think for the entrance period for you two, I think you kind of had to force yourself to get used to what we were doing, and then I think it's kind of just naturally evolved into everyone's natural styles gradually coming through, and everyone getting used to those changes in the songs.
Conflict.
I don't think there's that.
You let me do whatever I want, really. So
Yeah. He's a good
I'm
writer,
quite
so
happy.
we'll let him have it. No, I wouldn't like to say there's any conflict with anything, really. Just
Yeah, that's good.
it's nice and easy, isn't it?
That's
You don't
boring.
have too much conviction, do you? Like we say.
It's good though. It's good.
Yeah.
I think the best thing about it is that there's no music tastes that I don't like of any of these. So like, even the heavy stuff, like I'm all for it. We're all going to watch an Iron Maiden next year. Like I never thought I'd go and watch Iron Maiden,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
here we are. And I think if there was music taste, like if Jamie listened to D&B, I really don't think. I don't think
it'd work.
I don't think that. I think that would clash. But no, it's
So what are you all listening to at the moment?
super.
Ta-da.
No, I've been getting into Pantera just like you were, really.
Yeah, like
I don't know how that fits in with Super at all.
It's my influence, I think. Now.
just having a crisis at the minute, really, to be honest. You've seen the downfall of Super at the minute. But there's all sorts, like like Led Zeppelin. Obviously, still bands like Oasis, Suede. Help me out, guys.
Yeah, just your classic British bands. I don't
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
I don't think you can just listen to one kind of music, especially one kind of band. Just when there's that much to offer, really.
Yeah, a bit of Aussie.
Bit of Aussie, yeah.
Yeah.
Any local? Any local that tickle your fancy?
I was thinking about this the other day. What was I going to say?
I don't mind the Fleurs, to be honest. I think they're pretty good. As I say, he was our drummer originally. And they've written a few originals themselves, and they're actually pretty good.
They're very poppy, aren't they?
They
Yeah,
are. They
yeah.
are brilliant pop songs, don't they?
Which isn't a bad thing.
No,
It's
not
not a
at
bad
all.
thing at all.
No. They've got their own sound, haven't they? They're
Definitely.
really-
Yeah, definitely.
I was chatting to that fella at Boulevard gig, weren't we? What's he from? Wide Eye Tribe?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they practice next door to us. We always listen to them, and they're
Yeah.
pretty solid band.
Yeah.
I was saying to him, I don't know if you guys have heard of them. Have you ever heard of a band called Psychedelic Porn Crumpets? You ever heard of
I've
them?
heard of them.
No,
I'm
I've
not
not.
familiar with the music.
It sounds like a daft name, but it's actually a pretty good band. They sound exactly like them, but
What genre is that?
it's kind of like psychedelic rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sort of 70s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
like
that
Pink
sort of
Floyd
vibe,
type
sort of.
stuff.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
okay.
Acid rock, I would say.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I'd like to incorporate that into our band, but just the man over here.
Keep
like,
dreaming.
yeah.
Keep
The
dreaming.
manager.
Yeah,
The
Mr.
man's the
Manager.
manager.
We've got in our practice room a little frame photo that he bought him. It's like an AI generated picture of him with a guitar. It said Mr. Manager at the top.
Probably because I'm the only one that actually does any graph.
I was going to say someone has to be, don't they?
Yeah.
Someone has to pull away, yeah.
I feel like that's how it is doing bands. There's usually like one, maybe two people at the driving force. Like if everyone's trying to take a managerial role, I think it kind of that's when you start getting clashes. I
That's
think.
why I'll get all
Yeah.
the money. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're a bit like Lars, aren't you?
He's talking to the other Jamie, the drummer.
You wish.
Well, no, everyone pulls their own weight in different ways. You know,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, we got the talent. You've got the other stuff. I'm only
cheeky
joking.
these lads, honestly. I'll sack them.
There's plenty of daggers and arrows going around tonight. Yeah.
This
Like
could
I'm
be,
gonna
this
click
could be
on
the
it.
Guess it'll be a
downfall of
Monday,
Super. Yeah. Could be the downfall of Super, this podcast.
It's all in good faith. I think you've got to be able to take the piss out of everyone, haven't you?
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Rough with the smooth and all that.
Exactly.
It's what they said when I first met them. It was like, you don't mind, like, our whole humour is taking the piss out of each other.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's fine.
It's where Northerners show love.
It is.
Yeah,
It
that's
literally
isn't
is,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
So like, if you're
how-
all being nice to me one day, I think, like, what the fuck's up with you? Like,
He was just really confused when we were absolutely knocking 10 shades of shit out of him because he was drumming wrong.
So how is your songwriting process working?
well, that's one's for you, lads.
Has that changed as well, considering you were primarily the songwriters?
Yeah, so I think when we first started, I'd never written a song in my life. It was mostly him. And I don't know, I think I was just a bit more proactive with it. And it just kind of evolved into, some of my songs were just kind of outshining what he was writing. So they just kind of naturally took a bit of priority. And now it's, process-wise, I'd say, I start off with, you know, that kind of chords and lyrics, really. And then bring it to the band, and they used to do their own. I can't play drums, so I can't bring any drums to it. I'm not very good at writing bass lines, so that's where Lincoln shines. And lead guitar again, like everyone brings their own bits to it. I
Yeah.
try not to write anyone's bits for them for that specific purpose.
Does it start solely with chord sequence, or do you find lyrics could just come out of nowhere?
I kind of like writing them hand in hand. Like I like writing a verse and lyrics and a melody to go along with it, and then I won't even touch a chorus until I'm happy with kind of that sort of section. Unless it's one of those things. I don't think you can ever really fully explain
How a song
to
comes
be. Just
together.
kinda- sometimes it just falls into your lap.
So your last song you released, Davey, for that was considerably different.
It was
to what you
considerably
had.
different. However, I think catching us live, you'd say it's probably not that different to
Right.
I'd like to think we've one of
It's a
those
lot
bands
more
that got-
mature, I would say, than
Yeah.
your previous releases.
the one that we're going to be releasing, I'd say, is a bit more poppy, to be honest.
Right.
Extra mature.
It's definitely along the anthemy kind of
Oh,
lines.
really?
Yeah, so again, different again.
So you said about it being different live compared to recorded. Intentional or
It's a million times faster, isn't it, Jamie?
I don't know what you're talking about. It's just doing too slow.
Can't ever blame the drummer.
I wouldn't say it's intentional. I think things just naturally it's like a snowball effect in the studio. I think it tends to go a certain way, and you just lean into it because it sounds good.
And you get the input from the producer as well, don't you?
Yeah, it's nice having fresh sets of eyes on it as well. Like I said, we were just finished with Gareth Nuttall with.
All right. Yeah, I think you get mentioned on every podcast. Everyone in this area has worked with him.
Well, that man can polish a turd. Fuck me. Just saying that because we sound absolutely mega on this next one.
But it's all down to him.
It's all down to him. But no, it's just completely different again. It just feels like it. But
So did you
Bless
work
him.
with different producers on your other tracks? Or
we worked with Will Watts for. Who's having a fucking tiff out there? Who's that
Honestly,
slamming
there's
doors?
some good action downstairs.
So no, we worked with Will Watts for we put and adjusted. Again, two very different tracks from each other. Again, intentionally. I think it's nice to get a bit of variation in. Show your range, really.
Yeah,
A
well,
lot
good
of
to
bands
work
just-
with other people. You get inputs from different areas, and you start to actually consider different elements that you wouldn't have ever thought about before. Try things that you maybe thought of and thought, do we do that?
Yeah.
I think it's having the balls to just go, do you know what? Just see what it sounds like. That's half the battle. with some of them.
100%.
Yeah, because Gareth had quite a bit of input as well, didn't he? Because there's one bit of lead in this new song we're doing, and like I messed it up, but it messed up in like a good way. And he's like,
Yeah.
"You should keep that." I was like, "I don't know. I think it sounds pretty stupid, but it's grown on me." Like even though I know it's not right, it's completely incorrect.
And now you've just ruined it for everybody.
But you know which bit it is, though. So it's open to determination.
3 minutes, 22 seconds. Well, yeah. I think it's probably intentional to try and change it up a bit, but in a natural kind of way.
So would you try and sort of the element of what you've got recorded? Could you, if say for instance there was extra depth to it, could you put like something like an SBD on, or could you have some sort of trigger that's going to make it sound like that, or is that something you've never considered? Or
Never really considered it, really. have I?
Not really, no.
We kinda
there you
just
go.
plug it in
I'm
and
here
play.
if you need any extra work. Yeah.
Any consultant.
We kind of just used to plug it in and play it. I think we've probably, unfortunately, not been too asked about our live sound as of, until recently, really. I'd say it's only the last 6 months we started really caring about, our sound mixing, etc. live, because we're quite immature to it. Like, when we first
No, but
started gigging-
that's honest though. I think a lot of bands that there isn't a sort of unsigned sort of rule or law behind it that no one knows until you
until
get
you've
on a
done
bit
it.
further.
That's what I mean. Our little man's gonna say, I didn't know what the fuck we were doing when we first started gigging.
Just plug in and
Just plug in.
That's
and
it. Like no
cross your
pedal
fingers
board
and
at
don't
all.
shit
I'll
yourself.
just raw dogging the entire gig. It was.
It seems like there is a lack of sometimes, because hence the point of SPDs and triggers and stuff. There's a lot of bands these days that use in-ear monitors when actually as the talent or the skill gone of being able to keep up with the drummer and actually be in time with each other. Are you reliant on other?
just too reliant, yeah.
Yeah, I think we have our ups and downs. I think some days we're so fucking tight it's unbelievable, but it's never a gig.
Yeah.
Whether it's nerves or too much lager, looking at you. Then.
But it's different for each people. Like sometimes I'll come out thinking that was a really good gig, but you say, "Nah, that was an awful gig." Like you didn't like the last gig we did.
No.
But I thought it was a pretty good gig, and don't know what you got.
Yeah, I thought it was a good gig.
That's what I mean. Like
It sounded pretty tight on it.
I don't think it's ever
Especially on
happened
the-
where we've all come out with a gig. We're all actually
100%.
100% like, yeah, that was a really good gig. So everyone's always got the criticisms, haven't they?
I think that's a good place to be though, when you
100%.
constantly, if you every gig's like, yeah, we nailed it. Yeah, you don't. There's no growth, no learning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're not
exactly.
learning anything from it, are you?
Yeah, I think you've got to be happy critical and stuff like this. It's just like you say, it's just how you grow.
Yeah.
So what's your favourite gig performance so far? We'll ask that individually.
Performance-wise, or when we've had the most fun, do you reckon?
Well, I think that could be two different questions. couldn't it?
I
Like
just feel like
another
part one
band
and
said
part
that they have
two-
good
Yeah.
shows and good performances.
Well, that's
So-
it. Because we did one in Buxton actually back in summer. That was a class gig because it was a carnival. You see,
Free food.
sort of, yeah. Well, that was it. Yeah, free booze on the back of this lorry at a carnival, and must have been about like 3,000 people there in the streets, lining the streets.
It's not just Buxton, like the surrounding towns. They come down. Like we were in Stockport. We did that Stockport gig. So
Yeah.
one of the lads there were like, "Really, you're playing the Buxton carnival?" Even they knew where it was. So it was quite.
Right.
Packed.
So it was very surprising for me, and I'm from Buxton.
I never heard of it, but apparently it's a big deal in
Yeah.
Buxton, so it's kind of good to be on that, and really enjoyed it when we got there.
It was good, it was.
Nearly didn't play it, didn't we?
Yeah, we very nearly didn't play it.
Oh,
So
come
we travelled down the night before. We were supposed to, so we were on a float. So literally just constantly moving through the town. I think did we do 2 laps? Or
More
was
than
it
that,
just
I
one
think.
2 laps.
Was it? It's like more than
Two
that.
laps.
2 different routes, basically.
How was it?
lap? We got on the float, loaded our gear on. Jenny wouldn't work.
Oh no.
So this guy's looking at us. He's like, "Do you want to fork out for a Jenny?" I was like, "Well, not really, no. You were supposed to give it to us." And he ends up driving 2 of these down. Where did it take?
Like
B&Q.
B&Q.
At the speed of
everywhere
light,
really.
looking for a Jenny. And then we started taking the gear off. I was like, "We're not doing this. What a waste of a weekend." But then in the distance, running down the street past all the floats was 2 blokes with a Jenny. Like just in time, literally. It was just leaving. So we threw all the gear back on, jumped on and set off. It was good. It was a good gig.
So what was that on a? You said it was on a float.
It was on a float, so it was on a big like HGV, like
Kaloma Slurry.
yeah, like a low max lorry.
Yeah.
All the sides taken off. What was the other half of it? Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, it was Alice in Wonderland.
It was absolutely bonkers. It was the
One
weirdest-
side, the other side, sort of.
Like we shared it. Like we were supposed to be Alice in Wonderland themed. We were saying, "Can you not do like Food Glorious Food?" I was like, "Absolutely not." So I look like
That's
I'm
all the
doing
twist
Food Glorious Food.
turn into actor musos though.
I know. Was that your favourite?
That was my favourite gig, yeah. I enjoyed that. It was good because it was a good day and a good weekend as well because we went camping afterwards, didn't we?
It's absolute chaos.
It was, wasn't it? It was absolutely
Did you have the
madness.
weather as well?
The weather was really
Well,
nice.
No, it lashed
from
down all
where-
over all the gear. What do you mean?
Love camping when it's like that.
Yeah, we got off the carnival and then we got out right off the floor, didn't we? And then it was
Yeah,
chucking
because
down
they
and the
drove it
floor
back to the, like
was
the convoy, didn't they? Back to the unit, and then they didn't like cover any of our gear up, so we had like mixers there and everything. They didn't cover it up, and it was all soaking when we got back.
Oh wow.
Sorry.
Like £1,000 worth of gear just all piss wet through. I thought, oh my god, this is
Driving loose on the back of
Yeah,
all
no,
that
done.
lorry.
this is the end of us, yeah.
That's so dangerous as well though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I think for me, I always really love the crowd interaction. I think that's the loudest gigs really. They're my favourite ones.
It's always the front men that say that,
So-
isn't it? Feed me, give me love.
I don't even mean just like I just mean how loud we sound, even
Yeah.
on stage. And the louder we are, I always feel like the better we are. Just more confidence and everything. And I always feel my favourite gigs are when everyone's feeling it. I said I'll look over at him sometimes and he'll just look down. He'll be in his own world, and I can tell he's not really fucking feeling it. And there'll be other times where some people can't be as arse as others, but it's when everyone's feeling it and everyone's on it, they're the best ones.
Yeah.
I think my favourite one was not the last Boulevard gig, but the one before that one. Maybe got like the review on it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think that's
That was
probably
a
the
good gig,
favourite one.
actually, yeah.
There's quite a few people there.
Did we play with? It was Montello. Was it Underclass as well?
I think it was
Yeah,
actually
Yeah,
Montello.
Underclass, Modern Marriage, and Montello.
That was it, Modern Marriage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
they're all
JB.
good bands. Yeah, they're awesome.
It's a good lineup.
That was a good
Yeah.
gig. Really good gig.
It's a great venue, isn't it?
Yeah, we played there quite a few times. Always good when we go there. Never
Always
dead.
mentioned on
Yeah,
every
exactly.
podcast.
I think we're dead lucky that we've got a venue like that in Wigan
Yeah.
as well, to be honest.
Yep.
There's not many places.
Don't even get me on my soapbox about all that. Listen here, guys. Listen here. What about yourself?
I'd say the same, to be fair. I think the Buxton one was really fun, and every single time that I've played in Boulevard, it's been really good. I feel like the sound and everything is...
Perfect.
Don't know, yeah.
Well, it's Robin. He's a good sound engineer. He knows what he's doing, so
Really
it
good.
always sounds really good.
Yeah.
That's the worst time when you go to a place and they got like a sound engineer who don't know what they're doing. And it's like we did a sound check for like absolutely nothing because the levels are completely different to what we,
Yeah.
Do you have any pre-show rituals before you just play live?
We usually just try and stop Jamie from absolutely drinking every drink in fucking sight. She's just like a wild goose chase. Like, how many beers have you had? It's like 4. It's like, you're a liar, you've had 6.
A drummer that drinks. Oh,
Dangerous game.
it is a very dangerous game.
Live a dangerous life.
Especially when you turn the opposite way around. Turn around, mate. Oh yeah, no worries.
Pretty sure rituals. I don't really think so.
Nah, I don't do any of that, do we? I don't think.
No.
Yeah, no massive lines of cocaine being done or anything like that.
That we know of.
That we know of.
So, individually, what's your dream venue or festival that you'd like to play?
For me, it'd be
Wembley.
Really?
Yeah.
Old Wembley or New Wembley?
New Wembley, I think.
New Wembley.
Yeah.
Have a hard time getting in the old one. Just demolish it, get the other one back up.
I was going to say Castlefield Bowl, but I feel that's a bit of a understatement from what you said.
That is a good venue to be fair.
That's a great venue. Yeah.
I like the intimate gigs, I think. I say it like I've played big venues and little venues, but, you know, I imagine I prefer intimate gigs, the smaller ones where you can, like, you know, like, see the whites of the eyes of people in the crowd and stuff, actually interact with them properly.
I'd agree with that, to be fair, as well.
Sacra Lounge in Buxton. Oh wait, we've already played
Try and
that.
plug it.
You don't work there anymore?
No, probably the O2. The O2 Academy in Manchester.
Yeah.
That'd be a pretty good one.
I don't really know. I enjoy them all, to be fair.
Say Antarctica now, isn't it?
Antarctica. Good that. No, I feel like a festival would be quite fun.
Any in mind?
Not in particular. I just feel like it's a really good vibe. And
Just have to be there, right, mate?
Neighbourhood weekend, I think it'd be a good one for us.
Yeah.
I think we'd fit in there.
Festivals are good though, I suppose.
Yeah,
Everyone's
there's
there
something
to...
about playing, isn't it? In
So
the
everyone's
sun and-
in the sun. They
Yeah.
I'm not too
can't,
fast,
they
that was
can't
a good
remember their
week,
own
yeah.
name.
Or the rain.
You know, get
Yeah.
smashed down on.
I mean, I've been introduced to a few bands at a festival. It's a good way to learn about new music and stuff and find new
definitely.
people.
It's got bang for your
Yeah.
buck as well, isn't it? You get to see all these bands
Yeah.
just for
Yeah.
a decent bit of money.
Yeah.
So you get offered a dream gig at these like venues. What would your walkout song be?
I think I remember this question from last time, but I don't know what I said.
And you can't listen back because Tom lost it.
Apparently, it's just really bad, wasn't
Drag
it?
it up.
It might be Fucking in the Bushes by Oasis.
Fucking copycat.
Copycat. I know what it is be before he even says it. What's that?
don't even know what
Clint
it is.
Eastwood one that Metallica do.
No, it's the Ecstasy of Gold and stuff.
Yeah.
Ennio
It's the
Morricone.
bottom of Metallica.
Yeah.
I think we've got that album on vinyl. I think for me, it'd either have to be Love Spreads or maybe a Prodigy track. Everybody in the Place or something like that. I really don't know. I really don't know.
I think there's something to stir the crowd up a bit. You know what I mean?
What's that? What is that? Hang on, we have to get this up. It's gonna fucking bug me.
We had someone last week looking on the phone for one as well.
I know exactly what song it is. I just can't remember the name of it.
Can't be that good then, mate. What did you say yours was, Jamie?
I'll probably say mine's like probably Bittersweet Symphony. By the
Really?
Verb. So it's like a little chill walkout song.
I
And
thought
just
you
hear,
said
like
Royal
Jamie's
Blood.
like screechy
Yeah.
tone going off. And then
Seagull.
it's like, end of a song.
You found it, lads.
Yeah, Voodoo People Pendulum remix. That's definitely gotta be it.
Okay, that's not what I was.
You just made that up then, didn't you? That doesn't exist.
It definitely exists. I've definitely driven 140 to that tune.
And what would be on your rider backstage?
Go on, I'll let you go first.
What would be on what, sorry?
On your rider backstage.
What's that mean?
What would be in your dressing room?
What would be in the dressing room?
Like, what do you want?
Yeah, what would have to be? in
And
your
you
dressing
shall receive.
Oh.
Don't have to be PC if you want to. So.
That's a good question, actually. As long as there's booze
Thousand
there,
virgins.
I'm happy. You know.
Just booze.
That's literally it, yeah. That's all I need. I'm not picky, I don't require stuff, loads of stuff backstage before a gig,
It was definitely PC.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to this later, so.
I'm kind of in the same boat as him. As long as I've got beers for the night, I'm pretty sound, me. Maybe a bag of weed if I'm happy.
Drummer will be fine then.
Don't, you just can stay
You will not
past
be having
it.
any.
No, it's not the same thing as these two, really.
It's
Just like-
boring.
Nice.
It's weird and booze.
I don't have a blocker so I can't see you before I go on.
A private dressing room, is that what you want?
Exactly.
You do us all a
him as
service.
well.
I don't know. I just feel like something good to eat. To be fair, I wouldn't mind a KFC.
That's about drinking. Just want to be fed.
I just want to be fed.
You're a cheap band.
Very cheap, man. Get him pissed, give him some chicken.
Anyone who wants
Some
us,
rum, I
we're very
suppose,
cheap.
that'd be good. Straight rum.
Straight rum. Yeah, there you go. Get him a bottle of Kraken.
There was a period, wasn't there, where you kept bringing like full bottles of Dead Man's Finger, like to practice, like on a random Tuesday.
I'm getting vibes here that there's a lot of drinking.
There's a bit of a problem, yeah.
My question now is if you had anything where it's gone wrong with the drink that's been involved.
I was really blooded on stage once.
We
Really
were at
bad.
Boulevard one time, and then what was it? You bit a piss, and you told he went. The crowd like cheering, went, "Shut the fuck up!"
I think I was trying to say something, and everyone was either cheering. Well, they were cheering, and then they were fucking booing.
They started booing him when he said that. I was like, "Oh, you've done us now."
Will you shut the fuck up? I'm trying to say something.
Just you?
Just me.
Just
Yeah.
you that's had that, no one else?
Just me. Well, these didn't have microphones. These were soft S's back then. But no, just
I didn't
me.
mean like the shut the fuck up as in like is there anything else that's
Oh,
you start a Mexican way with it.
You've had plenty of cymbal drops, haven't you? Like cymbals like falling on the floor, like stands falling over,
Sticks.
and yeah, sticks.
Yeah.
you.
Although
We broke a few strings, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
the second Boulevard gig, I bet floor tom completely just give way on me. It nearly fell on the ground. So
There's a video of him rotating in time with the
Yeah.
with the song to hit it.
I don't really have anything, to be fair. I don't know.
Mr. Perfect over
Oh,
here.
yes, but,
I don't think I
I never fuck up.
well, the last gig we did at the weekend when you had your
in the wrong key.
yeah, you played the entire wrong key for the entire
I
song.
wasn't drunk, no. I was just on.
It's
I set a tune.
There's also that other time where you like cock and balls right for the entire gig.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
I
Say
can't
that again.
remember that, oddly enough.
Oh, yeah. Did I hear that right then?
No.
My manager doesn't listen to this. No, I can't really think of anything, to be fair, where it's gone wrong.
No, you don't really mess that up. Not to like, blow smoke
Not
out your
the
ass.
easiest job, to be fair, Anna. So
Yeah. My mic did drop off twice, didn't it?
Yes, they did, 'cause you get
on-
headbutting it, that's why.
Didn't headbutt it. The clip that Rob had given me was so. There was an ant's dick holding this fucking microphone onto this stand, and I looked at it and it jumped off the first time. I said, "Right, redo the song that we were doing. I'm not playing with that." And then we're halfway through. I think we were like 3/4 of the way through another song, and it just jumped off again. I was like, "Well, I'm not redoing it." I just picked it up and carried on where I could.
I think
Well-
crowds like that type of stuff though. Like you just
Bit
get
of
on with it.
realness.
Sort of, yeah, because it's it's just like you said, it's real, it's fun.
Yeah.
I think some bands sometimes can take themselves too seriously.
serious, yeah.
Like, oh, we have to do that again. I'm so sorry about that. And shit happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We did for a while take ourselves quite seriously, didn't we?
Yeah.
Like the slightest little thing would mess up in one song. It's like, oh, that's throwaway gig, terrible.
That's what, and that's when I'd look over and go, "Well, no one else is feeling this, so this is shite."
Like when we did that Manchester gig with the Chase. When was that?
I enjoyed that gig.
That was really good. We all enjoyed it, and for some reason,
It was awful. It was dreadful.
Sulky boy over here didn't like it.
Dreadful.
Why was it dreadful?
It wasn't dreadful though. It was actually a decent gig, and he was just
I just
sulking
remember
about
really not liking it. I remember really not liking how we were on stage. Bad stage presence from all of us. Yeah, James.
not much I can do, is there?
I'm looking at you. Look at these
Rather
two over
defensive then, didn't it?
A motorised drum kit, just all about the stage.
here. Probably better.
Funny how
At least don't keep falling
most of the
over.
bands can have a boss gig and then one member. It's funny that, isn't it? Like,
It's similar to what they were saying before, though. I think it is that thing where you've got yourself in such high esteem to reach for sort of better
Action.
levels every time.
yeah.
If you think of every gig as being amazing, then genuinely, why would you turn up? You want to always try and find something new or
To
find
better
something
yourself.
fresh, don't you?
But most of the crowd don't notice anyway because
No.
just there for a good time, aren't they? And they just want to,
Yeah, exactly.
see live music.
I remember you having like a massive crisis
got
about it,
one
like sitting
note
after in the
or-
car, like, oh, I don't think I can do this anymore, lads. Like, I can't keep doing this
They're
every
all
week.
really shit.
Where
I
we
can't
go
play
there,
with you anymore.
there's no one there. It's, I can't do it anymore, lads. Like, shut up, lads.
I think it's hard to try as much as you do, as we do, and not reap much benefit for it.
Yeah,
Do you know
that
what I
is
mean?
kind of frustrating at times, to be fair. But
Yeah.
it's part of the gig, innit, I suppose. Part
I
of the
feel
game.
like that's sort of where music is at, especially at
Yeah.
the moment as well. Very sort of seems quite solo led at the moment. Solo
Mhm.
artists doing really well. Sort of niche brackets of music, maybe teetering or potentially going somewhere. But
Yeah.
It's just very saturated, innit? It's like it's like that song
Yeah.
when you go into like a like a gig toilet. It's like stickers everywhere. It's like, oh my god.
Look at all these
I'm
bands
like a speck
that
in-
have died. Doing this. They're all gone. We're next.
I was going to ask you about that thing that you were talking about a minute ago. Like, you're saying about certain gigs being good and certain ones being bad. Like, what is it coming in terms of like complacency? You know, in terms of say like some gigs going bad. Is that down to the fact that people are just like not on it, or is it like overthinking it or underthinking it? You know,
I think our biggest thing is like nerves for some of us.
yeah.
So, like I said, the tightest we ever are is in a rehearsal room, and that's what we strive for when we play live gigs. And then nerves get on top of you, drink gets on top of you. So like maybe complacency, but maybe just shit. There's people watching me.
Where would you say the
Yeah.
nerves are the worst then? What in what sort of have you picked up any of those cues of where it might fit in?
It's like I still get nervous now, of course. It's like, even though I've been doing it for years, like me and you, it's like you still walk on stage, and even if it's like, 10 people on stage, you still do get pretty nervous because they're all
Yeah.
watching you. Especially, for example, if you feel like a guitar solo's coming up, it's like, oh shit, everyone's going to look at me now for a minute. Or if you've like singing, like, when it's just
Something.
you and bass singing, you're like, oh shit, everyone's looking at me. And you've got a bass solo in the new song, I bet you're the exact same for that. 'Cause you were freaking out the week, weren't you, about that solo? You
I
look
don't
like,
know how many beats it was, to be fair.
you're going to come up with that yourself.
So they all go dun dun dun, and then no one plays. So I'm like, how many beats is in that gap?
You gotta guess.
Try and make sure it fits. I've got nothing to time.
Counting in his head,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think the nerves for me is when other people start dropping the ball a little bit. Even if I do it, it's when other people start doing it for me.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because sometimes the thing with it is that you think about dropping the ball, and that's when you actually drop the ball.
Yeah.
Mm.
You put
And
pressure
it's-
on yourself.
Yeah,
to,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
be
It's that
perfect.
hypercritical thing again of like you put yourself in such like a bracket of being able to get there, but also the other part of that question is like, if you know your songs so well, does that also cause complacency? Because you're like, yeah, this is easy. I already know this. Played this for about 2 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we've come to that point yet where songs have become that stale that we over know what we're doing. Like, because I think we're constantly trying to tweak stuff, so there's always something fresh to keep your eyes out for whilst you're rehearsing those songs. Whether it's someone that's we've just now started introducing these two vocally, so we'll be constantly looking for places to squeeze them in as an extra
Yeah.
avenue for music.
Adding a bit of more depth. to
Yeah,
the
of course.
songs.
So once fresh stuff like that starts coming in, then you start becoming a lot more aware of the song in general again. It's like relearning it again because you're looking for these little tweaks here and there. And I think that's kind of what you need to keep doing, even if a song changes and it's not the same as it was 4 years ago. It's a completely
Yeah,
different song.
like having a song that you made maybe at the start, leaving it there, and then 2 years down the line coming back to it, you get all these fresh ideas.
Done that
It's
exactly
sort of
with-
like a demo. It started as a demo then.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, exactly. We've done that with a few of our songs, haven't we?
Yeah.
Like, ones we started with at the very start. Took off the set list for ages, and then like in the last couple of gigs or so, put them back on the set list, and it's like a brand new song, effectively. It's like you OD on it for a bit, don't you, when you first start playing like every single gig. Take off set list for a few years, bring it back on, It's like a brand new song, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I've noticed you've been playing a lot of gigs lately. So where do you find, what town, city do you find the best to gig in at the moment?
Manchester.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Easy, got to be Manchester. I don't know what it is, whether it's our genre of music, but Scotians just do not like it. They just will not move for it at all. I don't know whether that's just Scotians.
Yeah, we
in
spoke
general.
about that on the last one, didn't we?
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
it's in an interesting place. I'm
Yeah.
seeing a lot of emergence of more like heavier, like sort of heavy metal bands coming through,
Yeah.
and I don't know whether that's sweeping indie away or sweeping solo artists, but there's a big surge of that coming through Liverpool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Liverpool seems a bit more clicky
100%.
to Manchester. That's how it seems.
So we deal with quite a lot of promoters because we do so many gigs, and you'll see them do sellout shows, and the most of those sellout shows are Liverpool-based bands. Like we've not got a dream of selling out Liverpool yet, but like I say, it's Liverpool bands that are they're at uni there. They've got like
Yeah.
they already know
Yeah.
hundreds of people there. They're in a clique with the other bands
Yeah.
because they're all local to each other. It's like, I suppose it's like Wigan. Wigan's in we're in cliques with other bands. Do you know what I mean? It's,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're gonna perform a lot.
it makes
better.
me wonder. Imagine if we had like a really big uni in the centre of Wigan,
Wigan?
how big the scene would be. I feel like it's already very big. And
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
for a little time.
yeah, for a little town especially. Favourite venues in Manchester?
We've not played that many times, have we, to be honest, in
No, I
Manchester? We
think
get a lot of Liverpool gigs, but not many Manchester gigs. They're not as readily available for us, I don't think. I don't know.
So where we played Lions Den.
We played Lions Den,
Retro.
One with the Chase, which was retro, I believe.
Lions Den's a nice venue to
That was
play.
great.
Yeah,
that we went on a
I've been
random
there.
Wednesday and we thought, should we really go? You know, Manchester Wednesday. You know, got work tomorrow. We're like, we'll just go because you shouldn't be turning down gigs. And apparently, it's student night
Well, I was
Wednesday.
going to say it's quite a
Manchester, yeah.
student sort of pocket, really.
100%.
So we went there, and there must have been about. It's not a lot, but it's like 60 people. But for a small band, it's quite a lot of people in a small room. It felt like a proper actual gig, and it was
On a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday, I was like, where the fuck all these people come from? Do you have jobs? But obviously, they're all students, so.
No.
Yeah.
My job is to learn, okay?
Yeah. Oh, I miss those days, bloody hell.
But then the same thing happened again in Manchester. Lock 91, a gig on a Tuesday. It's like, oh, really can't be arsed. Been to work all day. Got to slog all the gear in the car. Fuck off to Manchester. Unload it all. Sit around for 4 hours because like we're on last. We're on at 10. We're on at 10 o'clock.
That's just a train of.
I was just thinking that.
I was going to say, wasn't his train line here? Loading. We're not on for like 4 hours, so you're hanging around, and then it was rammed. Probably one of the better gigs we've done. But yeah, Manchester, and everyone was kind of feeling it as well.
That's Lock 91. That.
Yeah, which was
Yeah.
really-
But that's quite standalone. It's sort of in its own area
It
as
is,
well,
yeah,
it's
isn't it?
really weird, yeah.
Yeah. I think that can be a good thing sometimes, you know, because if you've not got much sort of footfall, people go there for a specific
reason.
reason.
Yeah, exactly.
They've got nowhere else to go, really, have they? So,
Yeah.
no, Manchester, I'd say retro. I really enjoyed the retro venue
Upstairs or down?
downstairs
Downstairs in the basement.
Which one was retro again? I can't remember that
with
one.
that weird Spanish band. And
Oh, yeah, that was a good gig. That I enjoyed that. With Michael dancing.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a good gig. That.
Have you two played Manchester with us yet? Played Atma, didn't you, with the Chase?
Yeah.
That's just it
Was that it?
at the moment.
At the moment.
Got that castle one.
Oh yeah, we're playing Castle
Fourth.
Hotel. And
Great
Oh,
venue.
yeah.
Across from Gulliver's.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's that really little one with all the picture frames in it. That's the first
Yeah.
place I got pissed when I was like 16 or 17.
So we planning on travelling further out for gigs, or you want to keep it local for now?
We do keep mentioning it, don't we? We were going to get like a gig van, so we could, go a bit further astray, but it's not cheap, is it?
It's not cheap now.
Well, you want to get? He was on the phone to me this morning saying, "I'm going to take my car and exchange it for a van." So yeah, it's a pretty good idea that, pack all the gear in, get us on the insurance, it'd be great. And he called me before we come in and says, "I'm going to get a Ford Cougar, I think." So, well, that's out the fucking window, isn't it?
I was expecting you to say you're going to get a van that all the booze would be in the back and you'd have a trailer for all your gear off the back of it.
Yeah. But now you're getting a Ford Cougar now, aren't you? So
Possibly. It's very expensive.
get a van.
You get a van? Why is it always me doing it?
Be men with
That's
them.
what I mean. Men with Ven. But no, I'd like to definitely branch out. I'd like to do London at least once in my life, even if we never get any bigger. Scotland as well.
Yeah.
Right.
So
definitely.
it's getting those people that put you on, because obviously being a little band,
Support
who's gonna
slots.
who's going to bring you down? Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Support
Yeah.
slots for like bigger bands, I suppose. That's
You only.
yeah.
you're only
But then
chance.
again, it comes down to how many tickets can you sell when you're here,
Yeah, that's it. Isn't it?
and it's like, well, we can
Zero.
buy one for ourselves, and you don't have to give us the full.
We've started doing that a bit, haven't we? Not buying our own tickets. I mean, like,
Telling everybody.
The truth is out, everyone.
we have no fans. It's like obviously friends and family like a big support, like buying tickets and whatnot. It feels probably getting annoyed now, aren't we? Like every month it's like, oh, we've got another gig, and do you want to fork on another 11 quid
have
for
to
this
come.
gig, and I feel like obliged to come. So, but
Yeah, how do you feel about that whole sort of network of trying to put gigs on? Because it is very difficult to, I feel like in the modern era, to grow a fan base organically. Do you do it through the social media route, or do you do it through like friends and family, people you went to uni with?
we do try and do it organically, don't we? We're not really tried, like TikTok and Instagram and all that stuff, but that is kind of the way to go these days, isn't it? Like you see a lot of bands who have gotten big, like from TikTok and
Yeah.
Instagram. So it is important to get yourself out there that way, but
But I think one of those things is, especially with like the social media side, if you've just got one song that's really good, people are going to listen to that and completely forget about you within like a heartbeat.
Oh
They're not
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
listen to your new release. You know what I mean? They don't really care.
I think the science on it now is that I think back in 2005 it was you had 18 seconds worth of attention span,
yeah.
and now it's 3
yes,
because of how quick
People are fried.
the modern era is with like
Wow.
doom scrolling.
Yeah.
So
Like, we've really just dipped our toe into it, and I think we need to start. We're definitely going to start to do that, but I'm worried that it's going to lead you down a path of right. Well, you've got one song that's good, so you're going to get fans briefly, and then they're going to fuck off as soon as you've got anything of note to say. So I like to think that we pick people up at every gig we do. That's why I think we're doing so many. Pick 2 people up there, 3 people up there, but they'll tell people then. Like,
Yeah.
we've just started selling T-shirts, and these lot are like, well, how much money are we making? It's like, we're not making jack shit, but people are wearing our shirts, but they're talking about us. They're wearing badges. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of thing that I think makes you bigger.
Yeah, merch is, I think, an integral part to any new band,
Yeah.
really, that you want to get your name out there.
I think it's so easy to get merch as well now, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
there's
easy
so many places you can get it from.
I ordered like 13 shirts on the toilet before. It's dead easy.
You love this.
You do a lot on the toilet, doesn't it?
Don't tell me.
Apart from shitting. I mean, sitting.
The break at work, aren't you?
No, I'm actually off my break when I'm shitting. I get paid for that.
So you're going to grow your social media side a bit more, you think? Or
Yeah, like I said, the listeners tend to seems to be rising. So I'm hoping that along with that comes the social media presence.
Some bands just do it really well, don't they? They just know how to do the social media.
Yeah, like Lottie Winners, they're good with social media.
Yeah,
like,
really
like,
good.
I actually watch them. I actually enjoy watching their videos, even though I don't listen to the music. Like,
Yeah.
it's not for me, but I like
Blossoms
that
as well.
Yeah, they're good with it as well, aren't they?
But the thing is with
Um,
that, they've got teams.
Exactly.
Well, yeah.
That is the biggest point.
Well, you've got
People
full-time
forget
shit.
that, and that's
Yeah.
where social media's wrong these days. You go, I look so good, and then you find out there's 50 people behind.
yeah,
Behind the scenes.
And there's thousands of pounds behind it.
Yep, absolutely.
and you got like fucking 4 airheads here with.
20 quid to now. But no, it's hard to do it when you've got jobs. It's constantly juggling. It's like
Yeah.
your hobby then becomes graft. And I wouldn't say you don't appreciate it as much anymore, but it definitely becomes tiring sometimes. But it's like, right, fucking hell, we're going to post again. It's like, what we're going to post about? Nothing's happening because we're all working.
That's
Content.
the formula. Sometimes is if there's nothing to post, then there's nothing to
just don't.
post. It's better to say nothing than it is to say something that's
Put something
absolutely
rubbish out.
Yeah.
I
It's
think that-
worth shit.
That's definitely a good point where it's like some bands just over.
Like I said, free consultancy. If you
You need cards.
Some bands absolutely 100% oversaturate their stories and their fucking feeds, and that's why you end up losing followers.
No, you're right. I get sick of some bands. It's just
Fuck
like-
off. Not fucking asked. And we definitely lose a few followers every time we post because people forgot about it. Fucking hell, he's fucking
Still here.
He's still here. But
But I agree with that. Oversaturating your feeds is not the way to go. I don't think, because there was a record label. I'm not gonna say the name, but there was a record label that were like, if you sign with us, you need to do at least 5 posts a day. Was it
4 reels, 2 posts, something like a week.
something outrageous like that? It's like I'm sure it was like 4 or 5 something per day. They said.
It's like, fuck off.
did they say what though? What it was based on?
No, this is what you just got to kind of fucking figure it out yourself, I guess.
So basically, like what we were saying as well. If you've got nothing to say,
One of them was like a video.
you've then got 4 posts and 2 reels to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see me again.
I'm on the toilet again.
Here's my break. Break 4 of the day, everyone. To be fair, that's a really good theme. You should do that.
That's a little niche, isn't it? There you go.
Make it call happy shitting.
Might come back to you actually. Some consultancy work.
Not too bad, not too bad.
So, what upcoming projects have you got?
Loads.
Have you?
We have actually.
Have we? Well, we just finished our major one, haven't we? The new single, obviously.
So there's
Don't you
a
know?
new single coming out. We don't know when yet because we've still got that many things in the works with it. We've got filming and shooting doing. We still need the B-side recording, which will be a live recording. CDs being made.
Oh, nice.
I see a lot of bands going back to the CD format.
So called there's a resurgence of
Yeah.
tapes
Yeah,
and
yeah.
CDs at the moment, which
100%,
is
yeah.
amazing.
And even if people don't play it, it's just something to have. Again, it's like it's the merch thing. It's like, what's that CD in your car? So it's a pretty decent one. I'll check them out.
I saw Double Yellows put theirs in HMV and Wigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's really like
Sold
performance there, aren't there? Something
Yeah,
like that.
this weekend.
This
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah. That's,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's growing in popularity again, the CD.
Yeah, I mean, actually, funny enough, was speaking to my brother about it before the vinyl drop over the last year, and I think this is down to the fact that they're so expensive. I think it's dropped by like 300%, like sales
Wow.
on vinyls in the last year.
So I think when I was like 18, I went through my vinyl, like collecting
Yeah.
fairs.
Yeah,
I don't do it anymore, but my missus just started getting into like music collecting. She's gone to CDs. It's like I'm so glad because it's so much fun.
I think as a band, when you're going at it, when you're starting out as well, like to have maybe your first debut EP or even your first album on a vinyl, to be able to see your artwork and listen to all that's such a cool
Yeah.
collector's item. Same
Yeah.
with CDs, with tapes.
even if I could have shown my mum and dad, to be fair, like it's I've done something. Do you know what I mean?
To
I've done
own
a thing.
something, yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm not just sat on my ass. I'm wasting my time and money.
No, I know there's a band from Manchester, Caesar of Cymatics, but they
Yeah.
went to Affleck's and they just give CDs out and they're getting a load of followers just by giving free CDs out.
Yeah. There
Or
you go
just
again.
leaving them in-
Look at him nudging now.
Just they were leaving them in places in Manchester saying that we've left the CD here, go and find it.
Ah,
It's
right.
just-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Murder mystery
Yeah.
tour.
It's a good idea, to be fair. It's a good idea.
So will that be out before the end of the year, this single?
Definitely
maybe?
be before the end of the year because we're recording again in January.
Okay.
Something completely different again. But we
Who's
definitely want
who are you
to.
recording with?
We're going back to Will Watts.
Ooh.
Okay.
It was Brick prior, so there's no like animosity. It's not like that. But we'll be going back to Gareth as well.
No, it's good
Because I
that you-
think that producers have such different styles. Like we know what we want to use Will for, and we know what we want to use Gareth for.
Mm.
Two different, completely kettles of fish for completely different kettles of song.
Cool. Hill, do you know what you want? And
100%.
what producer can
Spend a lot of time thinking
get you
about
there? So we'll end it there. Thanks for coming down.
Oh, no worries.
And we'll try and release it this time. Not
Press record.
And hopefully you can listen to it on the toilet.
I definitely will.
Thanks for coming down, guys.
Cheers,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
Thank you very much.
Bye.